Hey, y'all, I'm sorry. How y'all doing? Happy Monday. Listen, happy Monday, happy trending topics. Nice to see y'all. Glad y'all in the building and y'all spending time with me. We got stuff to talk about, okay? I had a good week and I hope y'all did too. It's trending topics and the title is titled Help Me. Help Me. Now y'all know y'all love some Tabitha Brown. Yes, y'all do. Y'all call her auntie. You love Tabitha Brown. So Tabitha said, with this whole DEI situation, Tabitha said, listen, don't y'all go boycotting. Don't be foolish. Don't act a fool. Y'all need to still go over there and shop. Shop at the Target. Shop at the Walmart. Shop where you got to shop and get these Black products. Now, if anybody's like me, I can't go into a store and I be like, I'm going for one thing. I'm going to get paper towel. And I leave the Target, and next thing you know, I have a whole big basket of stuff, and the bill come up to $200. And I'm like, what did I buy? I'm like, what did I get? What had happened? What happened? So now she wants us, because they are one of the businesses, the stores, that's saying that they are no longer going to support this DEI initiatives. That's what they said. So she's saying she got out and she came out and let the people know, like, hold on, wait a minute, don't do that, y'all. Y'all need to continue to shop there and just buy the Black products, because she said it's hard for a Black girl out here to get her stuff in the business. Now, Auntie Tab spoke to y'all. Are y'all still going to shop? Because Reverend Al Sharpton said he is not going to boycott. He's going to boycott. He's going to buy at the businesses that are supporting DEI. What do we do? One thing we could count on with the Black people. Every time there's a situation, we barely ever 100% 10 toes down come together. Don't be mad at the messenger. I'm just telling you, we could barely ever come together. We got to educate ourselves on said things. And we need to stand for something or we'll fall for everything. We have got to learn to come together. Now, I understand, Tabitha, your products are in there, but you know what? When you got the power of the internet, the power of social media, when you got, I don't know if anybody watched Love and Marriage Huntsville. I stopped watching it because it got mad toxic. But Love and Marriage Huntsville, Stormy Still was on it. She started out with a hair care product line. She got these body glaze now. She went on TikTok, and one day she sold $1 million worth of product. Does she really need Target? She got to level up. Does she really need Target? I understand it's nice to go in the store and your family know that your products are there. And I bought some Tabitha Brown products. I'll support. Y'all know I support over here. I still got books I need to read. And don't y'all say nothing to me from 2024. Got the books. I supported these people and I watched, bought their books. I'll support. But girl, when you got 4.4 million followers and you talking about you going to have to, what would you do with all your inventory? You have a flash sale on Instagram and you go old school, you pack it up, you take it to the postal service or the FedEx and you mail it off to the people. Come on, Tab. We love you. You grew that big fro in your hand and she named the fro. I forgot what she named the fro. Okay, don't do that. Crickets. I bought the books though. I'm gonna read them. It's still time. So Tab, you can sell your products. The people will support you. Sell it online and cut out the middleman. Call Stormy Still. You have access to these people. If Diva called, they're not going to answer, but they know you. You call Stormy Still and say, girl, how are you doing this solo? She does have a contract with them, Sax K, but if they kick her out, the contract is null and void. And, you know, I'm going by the words that came out of her mouth. Out of her mouth, she said, what would she do with all of that inventory in those stores? She said she would have to get a storage unit. Where would she put it? In her basement? No, you do. Maybe you have to put it in your basement, in your garage, and be uncomfortable for a minute. And then get on the Instagram and get the selling. Now, listen, I'm old school. You remember Sean John? Not Sean John. Oh, my goodness. That slipped out, Diddy. A FUBU, for us, by us. He started out in his car, and he started selling them clothes in his mother's basement. Yes, he did. He started in his mother's basement. And his mother bet on him. I hope he took care of his mother at the end of the day, because his mother bet on him. His mother took a second mortgage out or something like that on her home so he can start FUBU. And he was selling them out his car initially. Then he would go to the rappers and them say, can you wear this in your video? Can you do this? Can you do that? Well, we're going to talk about it. That new Diddy documentary. I know I'm gonna watch it later, Sasuke. Thank you. So yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Then we're gonna talk about, you know, do everybody need help right now? Are y'all ready to help the people in 2025? Everybody need help. So we got Karen Huger. She fired her lawyers. First of all, when you know they had body cam footage of you talking about you was lit, you was what's the name? What she said? I'm so-and-so slave. She said all kind of stuff in that damaging stuff in that body cam footage. She was lit. Her husband had to come to the scene and try to save her. Talking about, honey, didn't somebody try to run you off the road? Honey, didn't you only have two beers? They postponed her sentence to February something. She asked them to postpone her sentence until she finished with rehab, and she hired new lawyers. Girl, you need a whole magic trick. You should have cut a deal. You should have never went to trial. You should have cut a deal, because you need a whole magic trick, because they brought the EMTs, the cops, and they used the body cam footage against her. I don't know what she was thinking. But she got new lawyers now. She delayed, you know, her sentencing. I wish her well. But we're going to talk about it. Then we got D. Wood speaks from Danity Kane. Listen, I bet you if everybody here, and I'm talking about whether you work Target, Walmart, Starbucks, a clothing store, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. I promise you, no matter where you work, I'm sure we all got a complaint about at one time in our life that we had a boss that was just an a-hole. Or we had somebody at the job, whether it was the boss or co-worker, that was too flirty or too messy with the mouth. Told some off-color jokes and all that kind of stuff. So when I listened to a snippet of what D. Wood had to say about Diddy, I think even none of us working with Diddy can probably concur and say he didn't seem to pay the people. He stole the people music. He was an a-hole, because if you watch Making the Band 1, 2, or 3, he was messy. But D. Woods, she's talking to Good Morning America. And she's saying, you know, finally she gets to tell her story about her horror time with Diddy. But then they rolled back the footage. You know, these are the people's own words. They rolled back the footage and they showed when they was making the band, and they said, you know, you're fired.
He said, I heard you don't like it here. She said, yeah, I'm not the only one. Everybody. No. But he was talking to her right then. Everybody love to say they like to be the spokesperson. Never sign up to be the spokesperson for those people at the job, because when you go and put yourself on the line, none of them are going. You're gonna look back. Nobody gonna be there. It's gonna be just you. If you want to be a spokesperson at a job, be the spokesperson for yourself. Because trust me, they'll hype you up. Oh, we mad. They making us work all these hours. This is wrong. That is wrong. Blah, blah, blah. They'll hype you up. And you speak so well. Why don't you go tell them, Diva? So Diva put the backpack on her back. She go thinking she's speaking for the group. I look back for some help. Nobody there. Then they find me. No, if you want to be a superhero, speak for yourself. So he said, you're fired. She said, I'm fired? Yeah, you're fired. If you were so unhappy, why are you upset or emotional about being fired? Yeah, Dora to fit the backpack. Then the woman asked her, if you can speak to Diddy now, what would you say? She pretty much said, and I'm going to paraphrase, he evil, he the devil, he a predator. She's saying all this stuff. He spoke to us wrong. He looked at us like a piece of meat. Then the woman asked her, if you saw Diddy now, what would you say? She was like, girl, you sitting here talking about a man that is in Brooklyn at the Metropolitan Detention Center. They said that jail is hell on earth. He's being accused of everything under the sun. And she asked you, and you even said, I don't even know if I should be talking now. I'm still scared. And if she asked you if you could speak to her, what would you say now? You like, girl. That's what you said to your girlfriends when they be like, girl, did you hear what happened? Would you speak to her? Girl, I ain't messing. Girl, please. Girl, I said, if you're going to talk, let your story match up with your actions and the words that are coming out your mouth. That's all I got to say. But we're going to talk about D Woods. We're going to talk about how she in the documentary, how she's saying Diddy is the devil. And then when somebody tells her, if you had the opportunity to speak to her, what would you say? And you say, girl, we're going to talk about it. We are. But listen, I done talked enough. It's time for me to bring the people on in the building. It is Monday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. It's called Help Me. We got Tabitha Brown. They've been dragging her across the coals in these streets. Ain't it terrible how 1 minute the people love you with the death? Oh, Auntie Tabitha, she got, I forgot, somebody tell me what she called her fro. She named the fro and everything. She got the vegan cookbooks. She got seasonings with no salt in it. She got the hair products that make your hair grow and look all healthy and good. Y'all loved her. Now she told you, because she trying to save her house, her cars, her husband, that she retired. She called her hair Donna. Do y'all want Donna to fall out? She needs y'all to buy her products. We're going to talk about it. Karen Huger and D Woods. Let me bring the people on in the building. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Savannah.
Hey, Diva.
Hey, Tay. Hey, Katrina. Hey, Wayne.
Hey, hello.
Hey, Diva. Hey, chat. Hey, panel.
Listen, y'all. Most of us knew if Donald Trump got into office, there's going to be some stuff. I mean, I don't even know how long it's been yet, how many days he's been in. And already it's a whole lot of stuff. You got Selena Gomez. I could have had 55 stories on this DEI.
1 week.
In 1 week. 55 stories, right?
So I could have had 55 stories on this DEI stuff. But you know, I had to narrow it down because Selena Gomez, she crying. She in the social media crying, saying all of her friends are being targeted by ICE because ICE is just showing up at barbershops, hair salons, the jobs, talking about Diva, where's your papers, huh? They just showing up. And she crying because she said all her friends are being targeted. See, people, they invited all this nonsense in the door over a stimulus check. Because they thought when he got in the office that eggs was going to go down to 99 cents and they was going to get a stimulus check. That's what they invited in the office. You know, so they say you get what you ask for. And this is what you get. Now your friends, you know, people laugh because they think everything he do was going to impact one group. No, now the people are crying because their friends that they speak to every day that's in the group chat, all of a sudden they go black in the group chat because they got shipped back to where they came from. So now you got this DEI. He's snatching it back. Now, you got to look up the whole thing with this DEI, like it's federal and who gets these programs. And you know, it's a lot behind it. I would need one show on it so we can do some education. But for right now, we're just going to talk about Al Sharpton said boycott. Tabitha Brown says shop. And then we got another co-worker of Tabitha Brown's in Target. You know, she got a whole different perspective on this thing. So let me go ahead and get into it. Let me back up to another young lady that has a successful brand over there at the Target. Let's see what she has to say about this first, okay? And her name is, I'm going to go up here, Melissa Butler. Okay, let's hear Melissa talk. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I am Melissa Butler. I am the founder and CEO of The Lip Bar. The Lip Bar has been in Target since 2017, and we are the largest Black-owned makeup company in Target. So, of course, we were disappointed, just like many of you, when we learned that they were rolling back their DEI initiatives. But I will say, even though I'm disappointed, I'm not that surprised. I always thought that the 2020 commitments were a farce. Like, anything that is forced is going to be a farce. And I think part of it is because Trump is emboldening companies to reverse commitments that they never wanted to do in the first place. And that is not just true for Target. I think it's true for a lot of companies. But I think also beyond that, and this is me being honest with y'all, I'm always going to be honest, a lot of the brands that they launched didn't do well. Did not do well. We have been in Target since 2017. And in my, it's been a long time. In my 8 years in Target, I've seen them kick out 8 brands, not because they were Black, not because they were woman-owned, not because they were Latina-owned, so on and so forth, just because they didn't perform. And so someone asked me, you know, what will this mean for the Lip Bar? You know, will this DEI rollback impact you guys? And truth is, I don't know yet. I don't know yet from a Target perspective. Right now, things are still business as usual. We are still growing significantly at Target, which is a blessing. So the immediate risk is that, you know, if all of our consumers boycott Target, then, you know, that will absolutely impact us. And a lot of people are saying, like, you know, well, I would rather shop you on your site. Great. Listen, here's the thing. I understand. I too am disappointed, and you have the ability to take your dollar wherever you feel most comfortable. So if you want to shop us at Walmart or Target or Amazon or on our website or in our store in Detroit, you know, do it. But if you don't want to shop us at any of those places, I understand that too, because we do have power in our dollars. But I do want to make sure that we are aware that, you know, by not shopping in these stores, you are also impacting the hundreds of Black-owned businesses and women-owned businesses and, you know, brown person-owned businesses that are in these stores. So it's a really shitty situation to be in. I look forward to understanding a little bit more about what this means across all of our retailers. Like, what does it mean at Hey y'all, I am.
So she does at least have other avenues where her product is, is being sold. But her thought process was, almost, is it going to impact us? Yes, do what you got to do. But see, before I show Tabitha's response, let me say this. It doesn't just impact the person, that product who's being sold. It impacts us also, because we have to try to find other places to get our stuff that may not be as convenient. But at some point, we got to stand up and say, stop playing us out. Stop playing us out. If you don't want me here, why do I keep coming? Right? So I get it. When if I had, if it was back in the day and they say, you know what, we're going to boycott the bus. What if I'm a person that just don't like to walk? Now, see, I'm originally from the Bronx. I'm used to walking everywhere. I used to walk everywhere in the Bronx. If I didn't move to Jersey, I don't think I would have a car, because between my walking, my good old 2 feet, the subway and the cab or whatever the case may be, that's how I got around in the world. Right? So I got a car because I moved to an area where car was pretty much needed. But so what they got to understand is that, yeah, y'all going to be impacted, but we're going to be impacted too, because maybe I don't have a car, but I live in an area where I need a car, and Target is the closest thing to me that I could walk to. So them, as the Black business owners, is not the only ones that are impacted when decisions like this, are being made for us to stand together for a cause. Let me just remind the people, in case you didn't see it, of Tabitha's, thought process on this as being someone in the Target.
Hello there. Y'all all right? I know. It has been a tough week, right? And baby, it's been a tough 2025 and we are still in January. But I know many of you are asking and have asked and sent me messages about the recent DEI announcements at Target as well. And as disheartening as it is for me, I'm not the only one affected by this, right? It's for everyone who is a woman-owned business, minority-owned businesses, Black-owned businesses. It's for so many of us who work so very hard to be placed into retail, to finally be seen and approved for retail. Because contrary to whatever the world might tell you, it has been very hard for Black-owned businesses to hit shelves, right? Which is why it's such a big deal when we do finally land inside of retail. So it is definitely heartbreaking to feel unsupported, right? However, I am in business in multiple ways, with Target, with Walmart, and Amazon, right? I sell Donna's Recipe, my hair care products, right, are on Amazon. They're also in Target. And of course, I have a huge partnership with Target. I sell my seasonings at Walmart. I do business all over, just like many other people. And what I can tell you is, if we all decide to boycott and be like, no, we're not spending no money at these organizations. Listen, I get it. And if that's how you feel, honey, I 1000% get it. But so many of us will be affected, and our sales will drop. Our business will be hurt. And if any of you know business, it doesn't just happen overnight where you can just go take all your stuff and pull it off the shelves. There's a process. And then you got to, like, where you going to put it? You got to have a place to store it. That's money, right? You got to have another place to sell it, which is almost impossible sometimes. And even if you sell online, it's a process when it comes to business. And everyone does not have the funds or the means or the availability, the space to house their own products, right? But the thing that concerns me the most, and I want you to hear me and hear me well, if we all decide to stop supporting said businesses and say, you know, I can't buy nothing from there, even the businesses who were affected by the DEI ban, right? What that does is you take all our sales and they dwindle down. And then those companies get to say, oh, your products are not performing. And they can remove them from the shelves and then put their preferred businesses on the shelves. And then what happens to all the businesses who've worked so hard to get where they are? Then what happens, right? Now, I know that something that could solve it is ownership of these big corporations, right? It's a long way to go there. There are amazing companies like the Village Market in Atlanta, right, who support small businesses. And you can go in there and there's some amazing things that you can buy. But it's one store and it's very small. We're talking about mass market. You can't build that overnight. Do we all sometimes have these big dreams and aspirations to do that? Absolutely, right? But it is easier said than done, but it's not impossible. But until then, and in order to get there, we unfortunately have to play the game. And in playing that game, we got to be smarter than the ones who think they're in control, okay? And I say that to say, don't allow trying to be mindful with how I say this, because I want God to give me the right words, but don't allow foolishness to take us into separation and weed us out. Do you understand? Because sometimes that's what they want. And in times like this, they're telling us that. Okay? So as frustrating as I listen, as frustrating as the whole situation is, as frustrated as I am, as all of you are, we still got to be smart. Now, you can still go into those stores if you choose to and buy specific brands that you want to support and let the other things, right, not get your money. But be very specific. There's so many women, right, that have worked hard to be a woman-owned business. Donna's Recipe is two women, me and Gina Wu is my business partner. We are self-funded. We're self-funded. And we are on shelves in limited doors at Target, right? Other companies, right? There's a Black History Month is coming right now, and all of these brands are about to be showcased, some of them for the first time. And of course, they would do something like this right now, but they still need their moment. They still need our support. Only if you feel like you can and are willing to. I ain't telling you what to do. I'm telling you what, as a business owner, what we still need until we can get to another place, right? And I don't know when that other place will be. I know for me, I'm under contract. I'm gonna give it to you 100. I got another year. Then I make a decision. Okay. So many other businesses are just starting. They're just getting in. This is their big break to go to the next whatever phase of their business there may be. We have to have understanding and compassion for each other. and not be in an emotional state, but also a smart state. Because if we start doing I'm not shopping there, and it's our businesses that are in there, that's their way that they will clean us out and replace us and say, well, your business is not performing. That's what people want. We can't give them what they want. Okay? I hope that this is making sense for somebody. And I know it's a long video, and I know somebody might not listen to the whole thing, but this is the truth. So I want to say right now, I thank you for supporting me for the last 5 years. I have worked with Target, with Walmart, with all the places that you have shopped for my products. I thank you for showing up for me. I thank you for supporting me. When you did, I thank you for showing out for me. And if you choose not to anymore, I understand that. And I still thank you, and I'm grateful. But if you've heard anything that I've said today, if you still choose to show up for me, I thank you, but also showing up for others. We in it together, okay? But either way, be clear, I understand, all right? But remember this, if you don't remember nothing else, let's not give them what they want, okay? Don't let them take us off of shelves. Don't let them erase us. Numbers don't lie. We're needed. Our money is the dollar that really, really counts. Okay? Y'all go about your business. Know that I love you and have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's. I'll talk to y'all later. Hello there.
Child, you just messed up ours. But we're gonna talk. I gotta bring out Sharpton into it. Best.BK, you said it best. Fear and faith don't reside in the same space. It does not. Handy B, you said it because I saw it with my own eyes, and she did take it down. Initially, her thing was the boycott. Did somebody give her a call and say, girl, the numbers, the dollars, or whatever the case may be? Hold on 1 second. Let me share a screen and let's bring Al Sharpton into this conversation. A moment. Let me find where he lives at here. My little saved documents here. Let me just. All right, there we go. So Al Sharpton, I'm supporting DEI with buyouts, okay? B-U-Y. Al Sharpton says DEI practices are a must for companies, and he's got a plan to support those who are committed to diversity. Hold on, let's hear him speak.
Our position has been, we announced on Martin Luther King holiday in a big rally we had in Washington, that we're going to, in 90 days, release a boycott list all over the country. But in the interim, we're going to do a boycott. We're going to go and support those that support diversity. And you must remember, these DEI programs are not only for Blacks, it's for Blacks, it's for LGBTQ, it's for disabled, it's for veterans. So our position is very simple. If you do not want to commit that you will have diversity in your workforce, diversity on your board, diversity on your C-suite, then why would you want to have diversity among your consumers?
Yeah, there's some in the Black and brown community that say if you boycott stores that sell our products, that actually hurts us.
Tabitha Brown in particular said this.
But I think that is like saying in segregation time that if you fight for desegregation, I'm going to lose my job that is unfairly paid and unfairly done. We want Black businesses to prosper, but we don't want them to prosper at the expense of dealing with the larger issue. We should take those companies and support them, put them online. We'd rally for them. We'd have buyouts with them. They should be calling us rather than trying to defend people who may give them shelf space, but will not guarantee that for the community. So there's a way to make both things happen at the same time. If Mr. Trump and his supporters can tell you you cannot make sure that you have a diversified workforce, then they can't make a law to make us shop and spend our money where we're not guaranteed that there's going to be fairness. Diversity programs started because there was bias against those communities. Now you're going to tell me when we're trying to correct the bias that you're going to penalize the companies? No, I don't think so.
Wow. Tell them why I started. Give them the history, okay? Hold on one second, guys. Al Sharpton says DEI practitioners are a must for companies, and he's got a plan to support those who are committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion by buying their products. Reverend Al Sharpton joined us on TMZ Live Monday, and we asked him about President Trump cracking down on government DEI initiatives and pressuring private companies to follow suit. Okay, so the companies that are being forced are the ones that are getting federal funding. Okay, Sharpton said he's going to organize a boycott for companies that do away with DEI. But in the interim, he's organizing boycotts to show appreciation for businesses that hold firm. Costco is one of the major companies announcing a commitment to DEI, and Sharpton's National Action Network held a boycott recently at a Harlem Costco. Al's also pushing back on critics who saying the upcoming boycotts may hurt Black-owned businesses and putting forward some solutions. Trump and Elon Musk have made DEI a big focus in the early days of the second Trump term. But Al makes a case for diversity, equity, and inclusion to be the right move for companies in our country. Okay, so listen, there are many thought processes to this thing. And I know, and I'm about to do my roundtable with my panel, and I'm going to throw this thought process out there. To say that we can't, we won't, and we never could is preposterous to me. You know, our ancestors, maybe many, many moons ago, soul food came about because they was given the scraps left over to feed their families. And they figured out a way with those scraps to make a way, and hence came the soul food and a lot of these meals that many people to this day still enjoy and still love. If we stop having fear and feed it into fear, if we understand that we can make do on a little bit so the greater good later is we will have more, then something can happen. You got a lot of people walking around. They got Gucci, they got Louis, they got a Benz, they got all this stuff, and they own nothing. And they talk about, I wish I could make a way. You could have made a way. Why are you driving a Benz and you don't even own the home you in? How are you out here with a 22 or 30-inch hair that costs $300 and you pay $900 to get it installed on your head and your kid can't read? It don't make sense. You're not investing in your kid. You invested in the immediate gratification of things. And you talking about we can't do this, we can't make it. Our dollar matters because the rest of the people, they save our dollars and we in the street spending our dollars. These people, when they got this stimulus check, a lot of them was getting more money with the stimulus check in unemployment than they made while they was working. And as soon as the pandemic was over and the stimulus check stopped, none of them had nothing. Some of them scammed with those PPP loans and they still don't have anything. It don't make sense. That's why the bus boycott worked. It can work. But if you want to have fear, say we can't sit there and want to tell us where to shop, how to shop. No, like he said, it's a greater good going on right now. And when you got 4.4 million followers and you want to look at me and say you can't sell your product besides Target because there's a larger audience. Savannah, your thoughts?
Oh, I agree with you, Diva. I think you do need to have a show just for this topic alone because I think there's a lot to pack here. And if we can all have an adult conversation without getting into feelings about black and white issues, because uh, this is about color, but it's not about black and white. It's about the color green. And until we realize that, looking at the black dollar buying power, when at the end of 2024, it was almost at $2 trillion worth of black buying power for the dollar. And until we realize how we can invest in our communities, invest in people who support us, support our values, our views, um, we're always going to see. They know the game. They know how to throw these things out to cause confusion and get us in our emotions. But we have to start learning and looking at their money moves. All of us knew that this man coming into office, he's not there for the good of the country. He's there to make himself a lot of money, his family a lot of money, and his friends a lot of money, all his business partners. This DEI initiative, when it rolled out, it was targeted for basically the government. However, as you said, Diva, companies that do have programs that are funded by government dollars went ahead and fell in line and also rolled back their programs that were meant to change organizations so that they were more welcoming and inclusive, and that the initiatives were to go beyond just avoiding discrimination, making it an environment where there was the equal, as much as they could, having an environment where people felt like they were welcome and groups were represented. So I'm trying to be careful with my words here, but these and I can recall when Target, and it started around probably 2016, 2017, when they started remodeling their stores. And if we recall what Target, as we love to call it in our communities, how they went under this massive remodeling phase where they wanted to have better lighting, better signage. They were creating warm spaces. They wanted to reflect the community that they were in, so that the guests that came and shopped at their stores felt represented and welcomed. And that's the message that they have pulled out by eliminating these DEI programs. That if we're not represented, we shouldn't be spending our dollars there. It's like we are not feeling, as he said, if you're not feeling welcome, then why be there? But we also have to take ownership of some of this as well, because we have to become better strategic and disciplined with how we spend our money. As you mentioned, Diva, when these stimulus checks came out, I ain't never get one. I didn't see one, but even when income tax comes, we run and get 80, 90-inch TVs. And I mean, Michael Kors, I don't know what's new right now. Last thing on Michael Kors or Dooney Burke, I don't know. But we spend it on material things instead of investing and watching how these people move and make their money. And it's very, and they do it deliberately, honestly, and we have to become better. So we also have to start educating ourselves, protecting ourselves, because January has been the longest year. This has just been, the weeks are longer. I mean, January has really felt like a year. That's how long ever since he's come in office on the 20th, and we're only 7 days, and it has been a mountain of more and more that we're kind of playing catch up with our feelings and becoming overwhelmed. This is more than just a propaganda to make us upset. It is actually a call to the communities to become more disciplined and strategic on how we spend our money. And we definitely have to smarten up and do that, because that's where change, as you said with the bus boycott, that's how change happened.
Yes.
Because it was a unified message across the country. And I'm guilty of myself. Companies like Amazon, I don't visit Walmart much, but Amazon Prime, and Amazon has rolled back more initiatives than Target. I find it hard to give up my Prime, and just that comfort of having delivery to my door and stuff. But I have discontinued services from other organizations and businesses that have that rolled back some of their programs, like Lowe's and other Ashley Furniture and just things like that. These businesses have also rolled back their programs. So I've been doing a little bit of homework on it and just watching how they're moving, because that's going to tell me how I need to move as well.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Savannah. You're right. This could be like a whole day topic in and of itself. Yeah, it's very sad what we're seeing, but each one of us matters, and but we do have to join together. We have to stand together. But I mean, I seen it in the workplace. Everybody in the break room, we gonna do this, we gonna do this. Then you go marching down the hall, you look back, nobody behind you. Felicia, your thoughts. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. So, I don't follow Donnie J too much. I find that people who do, it's a lot of emotions. They get very upset. People are crying. They don't understand. It just, a lot of things coming up. Mm-hmm. But I did take interest in this DEI discussion because I didn't know what it was. And so I said, when I heard that he had signed an executive order saying that all DEI employees were to be sent home with full pay, I don't know for how long. I asked a couple of people, what does a DEI employee look like? And what was explained to me was the process of how you bring in, how they follow the data on how these companies, these businesses share contractual agreements, bring in other vendors, extend opportunities to certain groups of people. So in doing that, I found out who benefits the most with diversity in the workplace, okay? Under this DEI. And I'm going to say it's slow because I know I'm going to get pushback. But as I get the pushback, you can go to the United States Department of Labor and put in that question, and you will find confirmation to what I'm going to share with you. So the number one demographic group in this country that benefits from DEI is white women. Hello. Second is white men. Third is Latino and Hispanic women. Fourth is Asian American women. Fifth is Native Americans. Six is the disabled. 7 are the veterans. 8 is the LGBTQ community. And coming in last and at the bottom, Black Americans. Now, I did my research. This is what the data showed. Yet, when I hear people talking about it publicly or on, media platforms, that's not how it's presented.
Come on now, talk.
And it's presented like it's some new version of affirmative action.
Come on.
And so I'm saying, oh, so this is when I'm asking folks, what does a DEI employee look like? And understand why I ask. Because I think it's kind of nice to go home with full pay while somebody figures out what they're going to do with you because they don't want to look at you. Okay? So I'm like, wow, they get to go home with full pay, maybe go on vacation. But I didn't get an answer. So many, as Reverend Al said in that piece, are women who have been promoted to executive positions. That's what is meant by the C-suite. So we're not talking about women on the working level such as myself. We're talking about high six figures, women who are heading up these big companies. And let's talk about the data, because when we talk about who was the biggest supporters of Donald Trump's second term of presidency, well, I just gave you the number according to U.S. Department of Labor. One, white women. Oh, they were big supporters. Two, white men. They were huge supporters. Latino, Hispanic women, huge supporters. And so we say, well, who's going to pay the consequences for having made these choices? Well, his supporters. Okay? They're the ones who are going to feel the heat first. And so now they're trying to, I think, make this come across as this is some affirmative action program, and all of you Black Americans are going to be out of work and your small businesses are going to suffer. I don't agree with that. And I certainly don't agree with Tabitha. I work really hard for my money.
Come
and
on.
it's not going to be respected into the store I enter, whether it's the bodega down
Come
the
on.
block or
Hello.
the market downtown Brooklyn. I'm not taking my money there.
You better talk.
I don't know what she's selling. I don't know what she's making. I have to agree with someone else. She does sound like she has a lot of debt and not enough cash flow. So she has to wait a year. She has to wait to see if she's going to get paid for whatever was in the store or not in the store or something like that. And I'm sorry that she found herself in this position. But where I spend my money is going to be respected because I work too hard for my money for me to be going up into some place that says we're no longer going to have these programs because the leader of this country and his team of people say that they no longer want to support people who look like you and people that you support in kind. I'm done.
Come on, you dropped the mic, girlfriend. We got to think about this thing here. We got to think about this thing here. Seriously, who's benefiting? And they love to throw some distractions out there for us. And oh my God, these people going to suffer. We all suffering. But and I don't count nobody's pockets, but where was your millions going all of this time? And I would tell the people where my product's going to go. They're going to go in my basement. They're going to go in my room, in my son's room, in my bathroom, wherever they got to go, wherever I need to store them until I get online and do a sale. But you're not going to have me in a chokehold, and you're not going to have me in fear. I believe in God. When He's ready to move me from a space, He's going to move me from a space. But that's why I told y'all all the time, be okay with your 2-bedroom apartment, with your studio apartment, with your townhouse or whatever, as long as you can afford it. When the walls come crashing down, I don't got to support a mansion. And if I did have one and I had the money, I would have paid it off while I had the money. Work your business. In my opinion, your thoughts.
Well, I'm like Felicia. I went down that rabbit hole too, researching these DEIs. And I realized that some of our Black doctors have gotten on these DEI programs. Latina doctors, white doctors, men doctors, but they had to have 10% of each demographic. But the Black, Latina, LGBT, veterans, all those were very low. Some was even at the 5%. They didn't have to have but 5%. Some had to have 8%. these programs was not only biased to us, it was biased to other demographics, all while giving, white people the same opportunities. So it was still a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we was getting anything from it. So to say that you pulling back from this, because then they got money for doing these programs. They got grants for setting up these programs. So not on top of that, they was getting paid to have these employees employed in their companies. So for you to tell me you rolling back because you losing, because it really pissed me off when I heard McDonald's sit up here and tell everybody, we spent $450 million in these programs. I can't wait to roll it back. It pissed me off because McDonald's is on every street corner in a black community, asking for our black dollars, getting our kids fat on y'all greasy, salty food. But then you talking about something, you can't wait to roll back on this stuff, even though you only giving out 2%. They only doing 2% at McDonald's. I don't even understand how they got away with their program was only doing 2%. But you so glad. It pissed me all the way off, okay? And Tabitha can miss me with that because Tabitha is only thinking about herself. She got her clothing line there. She got the hair line. She got her foods in the frozen section. I don't care what you got there. You better do a storm and steal and open up your warehouse. Woo! You better sell on TikTok shop then. I don't care what you got to do. But see, that was his goal. When he shut down TikTok, he wanted to hit them first there so he could come back with these DEIs and hit you again. Because he knew these people with small businesses were selling on TikTok shop, making millions. So that's why he wanted to cut that out, because he wanted money from every which way. Y'all don't be fooled and spending your money with people that don't give a dang about you, because they will keep on not giving a dang. And now he's sitting out here giving these police officers protection. So when they hurt you, they ain't got to pay for nothing.
I appreciate you, in my opinion. Wayne, your thoughts?
I like Tabitha. I support her. I got her stuff from Sam's Club, and stuff like that. But silence is golden.
Okay.
Because she spoke out, is she better off before or after?
Oh.
She had to say her little piece. First of all, what she did, most people believe, like, if I have a belief in something and I don't want to do it, if people believe whatever they believe, I'm not going to want to, because of this program, the DI, whatever, they don't support it, but this is how I feel. I don't think it's right for you to try to use your influence on me to try to show me how I could, still support her at the same time, define how I feel about it. So people don't like to be told, what to do. Like, I don't tell people happy birthday. I say, happy born day. And then somebody say, oh no, say happy birthday. I said, I don't say it. I say happy born day. That's just something I do. So why should you have to try to tell me, well, the reason, if you don't say it, you could still say it this way and it'll still be okay. She's covering for herself. And like you say, if she got all these followers and she got all these businesses, first of all, being a jack of all trades is not good. She got her hands in too much stuff. With all those followers, she could do just like the other big. She could get herself a website, hire some people, get her products, which she still might have to do anyway. Okay? Because if she loses out on that end and she sees what could happen, you should be preparing for that now.
Come on, talk, Wayne. Talk.
All this exposure, she could have her own website, Tabitha Brown's goods and so forth and so on. And the advertisement's right there. All she got to do is just mention it on YouTube or whatever platform she likes to be on. But I don't like the idea how she was trying to say, well, if you don't buy our products, you're going to hurt us. Okay. Okay. What does Target think about you? When Target got the word that, if, as far as supporting the DEI program, whatever, they weren't thinking about you. Do you really think if they lose your product, do you really think they're going to care? It's all about money. And if she's the businesswoman that she says she is, she should have shut her mouth and just worked in silence, and people would have followed. But she wanted to use her platform to, the CYA to cover her own tail because she didn't want to lose that money. She said she retired her husband. Okay, well, maybe husband got to go back to work until she gets together.
Woo.
Until she can make it work.
Oh my gosh.
It's not always going to be peaches and cream.
It ain't.
But if you think that the people who feel the way they feel by not shopping there, and you come on and try to get them, no, shop here. You can't do this. Like, why are you trying to tell me what to do? I've already made up my mind. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, my phone right. So that's why I don't like the idea she did that, trying to convince people, really support me. Well, why don't you support my feelings about the way I feel? Rather than tell me what was me, if y'all don't shop here, and then you can say, just come in and buy the products. Okay, I mean, I'm quite sure Target not doing it for nothing. So you still supporting them.
Oh, come on, Wayne. You talking. You talking.
So who is she fooling?
They get
who is she fooling?
Woo, you better talk.
And if she knew, just her coming on to try to say boycott, if she thought that was going to work, it just made it worse. Asking them, not the boycott, because I heard this say in the beginning, she said boycott at first, but then she thought about it.
Yes, she did. She thought about her pockets. And she
thought about her pockets. So now it's a little different story. No, don't post a boycott. Oh, wow, I just shot myself in the foot. No, come here. But yeah, you see, you're still supporting. What do you think, we stupid? I'm buying your product, but I'm still increasing the profit of Target. So she should have just worked in silence. Get some money management. She says she's a good businesswoman. Try to pull some of these together. Sell them at one place. Whatever she can do. But I'm sure. I mean, they do it on Amazon all day long. That's why you get your products like within a day. Sometimes if you order in the morning, you can get them in the night. So she just got to figure it out. But we can't figure it out for you, and don't expect us to come to the rescue to figure it out for you. I'm done.
Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate you. Felicia D, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. She said, woo, y'all talking too real tonight. Tay, you up?
My question is why she didn't have a lawyer when she first started with Target for her project. You always had to need your lawyer with you to make sure you read the contract so you won't get screwed over.
Okay, come on, Tay.
Because remember what happened last time somebody did not read the contract without the lawyers. You know who I'm talking about, Diva. Like the artists, for the music business, the actors, everything on that industry right there. did not read the contract. It's all about what? The business. It's about the business, as they say these days. It's about money, dollars, dollar sign, you name it. I agree with, in my opinion, why you did not have your little store, you know what I mean? Like Miss Silly did in the Color Purple. Why you did not have your own little store? I'm just saying, Diva. Just saying.
No. Hold on, Tay Tay, because let me just add something. Well, I know what Tay Tay's saying. I'm connecting with you, Tay Tay, because if you had a lawyer, maybe you wouldn't have licensed your name out. You would have did another deal to get your product on their shelves. No, Tay Tay, I'm connecting with you. Continue to talk.
Yes, I just don't want to. It's just about me. You know what I mean, Diva? That's how I hear it with how she talk right there, Diva. When you show that video, it's all about me. It's about mine.
Help me. All
I say is you need to help yourself.
Oh my God. Come on.
Because one, you're the one that had this project right here. This is your ideal. I would not go to Walmart or Target or any other store to sell my project right there. I will sell it in my own store with my lawyer, with the contract myself right there. And Diva, I agree with Wayne about the husband need to go back to work too. So I'm with Wayne, in my opinion, on this right here. That's all, Diva.
Ooh, oh my God. Katrina, your thoughts? Katrina, are you there? All right, I'm going to skip to Katrina if we don't hear her. E, you're up.
Well, howdy do. I have a few things to say. Thank you for having me. Let me start there. But let me say this. The DEI rollback is not just about jobs. This is about everything. It affects education, training and development in corporate America. It affects censorship. Be clear, Black people may not be the main beneficiaries of it, but we have become the dumping ground for all of the DEI garbage now that the plane is going south. And it is an uprise in racially motivated upset online, hazing. And even more so now that the January 6th people have been pardoned, because that does send a message that we getting ready to act a fool up in here. And I really got my life when someone in the chat said, let's start our own DEI. I don't remember who said it because it went by so fast, but they said it meant do not entertain inequality. And I like that. I really like that, to whoever said that. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, because I need us to be clear. This is about color. For me, it's about color. And yes, it's about green, but it's also about Black and white, and how the white beast can anchor the token Black girl against the other Black people to keep the green coming in, because that's what I saw when you played the video. And this crabs in a barrel mentality, where one Black woman has to come out and say all the other Black companies did not do well in Target except me, and I've been there since 2017. No. This is working exactly how it was designed. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, I don't know. That first Black lady you played with her blonde wig, who turned on her camera to let us know, she had been there since 2017. But the blonde hair told me all I needed to know. I'd never heard of the lip bar before, or whatever it's called. And this was my first introduction to it. I'm not interested in hearing or learning more. This was a horrible marketing move. It was not a girl's girl move. she should not have done that. Now, as for Tabitha, I don't follow her either, and I do not use her products, never have, and I cannot tell you anything about her besides the time her and Wendy got into it. And it still sticks in my mind rent-free that she put that video on YouTube saying she retired her husband, who was a police officer after 15 years, and now she is a breadwinner. And I do believe, and I think we talked about it here, Diva, if I'm not mistaken, Wendy told her to shut her mouth and make that man go and get a job. And Tabitha was very showboaty and arrogant, just like that blonde lady, the black lady with the blonde hair. Tabitha told her worry about Kelvin, Sharina, and baby Journey, that cow manure. So Tabitha has been letting us know that she is rolling in the money, so to speak, and she has a lifestyle to which she has become accustomed. Her man depends on her, and everybody cannot retire their husband. Forget retiring a husband. Wives and single mothers are working. Hello? People cannot retire their mothers and grandparents. And you have this woman who is of some privilege talking, and I know she worked hard, so I don't want to make it seem like that, but she's talking about keep shopping at Target so you can buy my products. Lady, are you crazy? I'm not taking one high heel step into a Target store. I'm not buying a thing. I'm with Al Sharpton. I got my Costco membership on Saturday. I called Katrina. We was talking about it. It's not convenient for anybody to have to change their shopping patterns. So this is an adjustment for everybody. But I paid the membership, and I'm going to drive the 2 extra miles, and I'm going to buy in bulk and pay extra, because I will not knowingly support businesses that have discriminatory practices against marginalized people. I will not do it. During a time where our voices are being silenced, our Blackness is being pushed into the shadows, and we are being sent signals that we are not important, perhaps this can be a blessing in disguise, because we do need to start buying in bulk anyway. Colombia just said that they're going to start implementing 50% tariffs on us starting this week on coffee and flowers. Claudia in Mexico has her ink pen ready, and the Canadian officials already said whatever tariffs Trump's impose on us, we're imposing on you. Pay attention, people. Elon told us months ago, prepare for hard times. Eggs are $20 in Florida. That's not an exaggeration. You can look it up. Eggs are $19.99, and gas prices are going up. Stock up on deodorant. Stock up on toothpaste, water, canned goods, and tissue paper. Because if you don't believe anything else I say, you better believe that the white folks are stocking up and they're getting prepared. Forget Target. Go buy in bulk. I take exception with Tabitha getting on screen and saying, oh, we should be smarter. So now she wants to flip it on us like we're not intelligent. We need to shop smarter. What did she say? Instead of boycotting Target, come into Target and only buy Black products, and specifically her products. Girl, forget you. She said, don't let them take us off the shelves. No, bitch. Oh, excuse me. They already took us off the shelves. You mean don't let them take you off the shelf? Tabitha said, I have one more year in my contract with Target, and let's not give them any reason to say the product is not selling. But I never heard Tabitha say anything about elevating the dream. She said her dream was mass marketing to get in the store. Okay, now you got in the store. Now build one, then build another one. Then build another one, then build another one. You really care about Black products like you say you do. She spoke about Black History Month. Go take a meeting with some of those Black entrepreneurs, because when Beyonce had her hair care line come out, she was representing all of these Black schools and cosmetologists on her website. I need for Tabitha to elevate the conversation. Put these other Black entrepreneurs on your website. All these stores that God has put you in position to be able to build, rather than support that husband of yours. Put those Black entrepreneurs on the shelves so that they can have their moment too. You have 1 year to make something happen. You have 1 year to make something happen that you, how do I want to say this? You elevate the dream so that not only just you, but no other Black entrepreneur or consumer is ever at the mercy of a Walmart and Target again. Leave me alone with this low-level thinking. We all need to get out of their stores, but I haven't heard Tabitha or that other Black lady come out and say, we need to build one. Let's come together collectively and do it.
Amen. Can I say this though? Her words, not mine. catch her words. She said, I got 1 year left in my contract, and then I will think about something else. I'm paraphrasing the second piece of it, but go back and listen to her. So, but then in part of her conversation, she said, there's others. But then you go and say, I got 1 year left in my contract, and then I'll think about what. No, you need to. Everybody want to use the saying, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Well, she wasn't ready because she's trying to get ready now. You caught that? Pretty magnificent. So I said,
and there's smaller stores that y'all can go to. It ain't just got to be Costco's. Kroger's is giving a hell of an idea. So you know, you got a smaller Kroger's near you. That's another option for you. It's a lot of stores that are not doing it. Y'all can look it up. It's a list online.
Yeah, but to thank you, in my opinion, but to your point, E, she catch her. Go back and listen. She said, meaning her name is in the license. It don't matter what, she's still saying she got 1 more year. So this is still about help me. It's still about self.
Me. Pay me. Keep going in there and giving me your money.
Because the other people in the store, you said, just started, just got in. I lost a lot of money because I walked away from some nonsense. Like, I'm not doing this. Y'all can stay. I'm not. And guess what? Fear not. Because God kept me. No, I'm not driving the BMW or the Benz. And I ain't got no problem with anybody who drives it. But some things, when you connect yourself to it before you're supposed to get it, you become a slave to some nonsense. And then you can't get out. But if you're not a slave to the nonsense, and you within your means, when the BS come your way, you could just say no. Not to take this off the rails right now, but a lot of people, because they was a slave to the nonsense, they didn't say no to Diddy, and now they wishing they did. Mel, you're up.
What a transition. Hello, Miss Diva. How you doing?
Good.
Well, you know what? I God bless Miss Tabitha. Really, God bless Miss Tabitha. But I do disagree with her, and what I feel is this. UPN was a network years ago that was built up by Black women. It was Moesha. It was Girlfriends. It was the network was filled with Black shows that built up that network. And when it was built up,
well, you better talk, Mel. Come on now.
And it became very successful. It was worth billions of dollars. The very conservative owners sold the company, and no more Black programming over there was able to flourish. Fox itself, the channel, was built on Martin and Living Single. When that channel got built up, then we brought in Allen and built other programs, and it was worth billions of dollars. It was hard for these channels to go back to the communities that built up these programs to be worth billions of dollars. Roman Martin just said Tubi, which was nothing a couple of years ago, is now becoming the fastest growing app on Apple Store. And that's been watched predominantly by the African-American community. We are building billions and billions of dollars of businesses in entertainment and in different stores. And at this year, in 2024 and 2025, we're tired. We're absolutely tired. The same theory that Ms. Tabitha is saying has been put before us many times. Okay, watch our TV shows. We have the actors and the people watch our TV shows, but then we watch it and then we're not rewarded back. Our programs are kicked off those TV networks. The people are not there. God help them. They had to go down to Tyler Perry to get any kind of work because the networks are not rewarding the community that built them up. So the same thing is going to happen in these stores. So the time is now. We have to say, listen, we've had this negotiation plan before. If you support the Black creator, the Black business, we promise you in the future we're going to support you back. It never happens. It never happens. We've done it so many times since the beginning of entertainment or beginning of business, since African-American people were able to get into business. We have been told just wait a little longer. And then if you support, if we put out, I'm not going to use the word token. Again, I think Tabitha is misguided, but she came out at the time when it was hot, and it was not a coincidence. Somebody, maybe at Target, told her to get out there. And we listen to somebody that we love, and then we support their business. And then guess what? In a year or so, under this administration, she might not be safe to have the products on the shelf or any store in the way in America is. I think that is really unfortunate that she's not really thinking a little more strategically. Because while you have eyes on your business now, this is the time to protect yourself, Ms. Tabitha. I think you need to. I think any Black man or woman in business in America have to really think about protecting themselves. Don't buy into these heartless corporations that tell you, oh, please tell your audience to support these stores, because if you're not there, we might kick you off the shelf and bring nobody in. But I think you're going to do that anyway. We have to actually do what we need to do now. This is the time now, because actually, I think the corporations are very afraid that we're going to say, wait a minute, you mean to tell me this election happened and the first thing on your agenda was not global warming, which most of the country is under all these problems. It's the Black community. Are you crazy? Why are we the first, things on your agenda? We have a lot of problems in this country. And so that's the thing that I'm thinking about too. And I would say too, I heard somebody else say it, changing your shopping habits, it's a commitment. It is a total, it's almost like dieting or anything else that you have to do. For me, it's just basically, love on yourself, have a conversation with your family, decide on a list of what is the most important thing that you can't do without, and then over time try to find different places to get it. It's a process. I think that if you commit to the process of saying, you know what, this year my goal is to be 100% supporting Black businesses locally and online. I want to do that this year, but it's going to have to be done in steps. Don't get overwhelmed with it. And if you have to use Target, Amazon, whatever it is, because God bless me and you, Diva, we live in metropolitan cities where we have a lot of access. Unfortunately, our community who lives in Indiana and the other places, they live in food deserts, so they rely on these racist corporations and delivery services, unfortunately. So I would tell that to the audience too. If you live in a food desert, don't beat yourself up. This is America, and over time, if you can find ways to get into places that will support you, then I pray to God that you can. But yeah, I don't agree with Ms. Tabitha. I think that we've seen the Black community is build up billions and trillions of dollars of businesses, and we've been told for a long time that if we wait, we will be rewarded, and we never are. And that's just what I feel.
Mel, you said a whole word. Everybody has been saying the whole word. Handy B, you're not going crazy. I promise you I saw the video. I promise you I saw the video. I promise you I saw the video when she said pretty much the boycott. And then 2 seconds later, she comes back. She swings the pendulum back the other way. And Mel, not just with these TV shows, there's a lot of people that have sat on their jobs for years on the promise of, I'm going to promote you next year. When I get the money, you'll get a raise. You are doing a good job. You did help build this up. I know you trained 39 people in there in front of you right now, but just hold on, just wait. When we call the budget, we call HR, we call this. No, we've been doing it forever.
Absolutely, Diva. And what I was going to say too is, I know you've seen this. Isn't it sad that we've seen our brothers and sisters, the Black conservatives, out there celebrating this new administration, and because they believe that crypto and all this money, but brothers and sisters, if this administration is making it hard for you to start a business, to maintain a business, get a loan, get a home, everything that happens to be American is focused on certain communities to make it harder for you. I don't understand what you're happy about. We are in an intellectual war. We are literally in a mental warfare right now because we're trying to protect our sanity. And now for me, I pray every day. I have strategies. I communicate with, the people in my community, and I strategize. Now, this is another thing on the list that we have to deal with. But yeah, I think it's really a crazy time, especially in our community, that people, even Ms. Tabitha, she represents that kind of thing. I'm disappointed in a little bit because, we cannot be soft in this moment. I don't know the word. We can't be soft. We have to be militant. We have to be militant. We got to be strong. I'm not going to judge her. I'm sure she has other anxieties, but I'm not waiting around even anymore for these lies. I've been lied all my life. I feel like my mother and the generations, we all been lied to. We've been told it's going to get better. And I don't want to take back slavery, but I'm going to go there too. After it was gone, oh, well, what did they say? 40 acres and a mule. We never got that. Reparations is a real thing. We have been in this country for over hundreds of years, a lot of us. And, listen, I can go on and on, but yeah, I'm not waiting no more. This is the year where that election was the deciding factor. Going forward into the day I die, it's going to be Black first, African American first, which it always was for me. But yeah, I know what time it is, basically. So yeah,
you got to stand for something.
Oh, absolutely.
And within me, I have my own little prayer, and prayer come first. That's why, you know, a lot of people, they lost their mind when he, listen, fear not. Fear not. Prayer has taken me through. I have lived with and worked for the wildest people of my time, and I'm still here. I'm still standing. To God be the glory. But you know, everybody, they stay in their own little bubble, and it's me, 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 me. Love, you're up.
Hey Diva.
Hey.
What I don't get is, okay, the DEI. She want us to support her. Okay, if you want to support her, you want our black dollars. Why don't you just get like a storage room, storage house, whatsoever, and get some black people in there working for you to push out your products? You want us to come to these stores and give these people that don't even want us there our dollars. Even though we buying your products, they still get a percentage of our dollars. Why are we giving them our dollars when they don't even want us in the store? That's ridiculous. You got Walmart and Snoop Dogg. I said again, you out here performing for this man, and Walmart won't even put your Snoop snacks or Snoop cereal on the shelves. So you know definitely you're not gonna get no cereal now because they're getting rid of the DEI. So what are you gonna do then? Are you gonna dance again to Walmart to get your stuff on the shelf when you was suing Walmart? Wasn't him and Master P suing Walmart because they had their cereals in the back? So now you definitely won't be out there. But then again, it's Snoop Dogg. They might work something out with him, he'll work something out with them. We never know. But the thing of it is, these people are insane. I don't understand why you want to cause hardship to people that is the most ones that's going into your stores. It's ridiculous. It's sad. The only thing that I could say is I am happy with the Air Force, the military. They pushed back when they was trying to take the Tuskegee Air. Thanks E for alerting me. They was trying to take the Tuskegee Airmen off the artillery. The Air Force said no. They're going to stay on there along with the WAPs, which was the women that was flying the air, black women that was flying the airplanes and the pilots in the Air Force. So they say, no, we're going to teach that because that's part of our history. That's part of how we got going. It's sad the situation that we're in. And like everybody on the panel saying, you got to wake up. You got to know what's going on because these people do not care about you. They're trying to wash a certain part of people off of history, off the map to gain what they want to gain. And I hope y'all are listening. I hope y'all are hearing when we said it over and over again. And everything we said on this panel has come into fruition. And it's still going to come. And it's going to be more hardship. So, like I told you, he want to give you the powdered milk. You're going to get that. You're going to get the pork with the little pig on the can. You're going to get that. Because he's trying to get rid of those food stamps as well. So, stock up, move home, move in with your relatives, do what you got to do to get through it. And as I said before, black folks always did it. We always came through. I'm not saying the other race won't do it either, but we always did what we had to do to make it. So just keep your eyes open, y'all. That's all I got.
Thank you, Katrina. You know what? I think a lot of people have survived so much, and the survival is what built us and what made us, and how we kind of survived like these horrific times. And it's like now I think, and this is not just Tabitha, I think so many people, they get so very comfortable when they rise above a certain level. They get comfortable in that cushy life, and it's like the thought of that cushy life being snatched away, they don't really think about and watch what they say. And then they love to lace it, bake it, and frost it with something, spiritual. Like, let me speak to God. Let me think, hold on, let God give me the words. Sometimes you got to be quiet, sit in prayer for a minute so the words and the wisdom can come to you. And when there are individuals that don't have no brick and mortar store, don't have none of their clothes in any store, and they're making millions online, where there's a will, there's a way. You understand? That's why, you know, even with me here on YouTube, my time will come. You do your thing and you believe and you trust in the process. You're going to get to the finish line. You will get there. But at some point, we got to stand up. Like you said, I do remember that channel, Mel. Those black shows built up that channel. And then as soon as it got built up, they was like, kick rock, Shaw.
Absolutely. You know what? True. Oh my gosh, Half and Half is my favorite. I love Half and Half.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lady up there. I forget her name. Her first name is True. She does a lot of Instagrams. She talked about they didn't get enough pay. They barely got into reunions. Like the way that the black creators were treated on those networks was terrible. My girl Brandy, who I love, and Sarah Lee Ralph and Tracy Lee, like we could go down the list of all these divas who basically build up all these networks, and then they were sold for billions of dollars, and no, there was nothing going back to our community. We had no more other shows, the Hughleys, and just so many wonderful shows, and we built it up, and then we vanished. These channels were worth millions. They were able to buy the sports teams like the wrestling networks and the NFLs with those deals. I watched a documentary. They used us to boost it up. They brought these conservative events, and then we were gone. There was not work, and it's a whole thing to it. So Tabitha, you're not the first beautiful lady out there, but I'm sorry you're being convinced by corporations again. But we already faced this 20 years ago. You should talk to Brandy and all these people who've been through this in the entertainment. It's the same thing. And
not only that, sometimes we got to say no.
Yes.
Sometimes you can't sign the contract. Sometimes you got to say no. If you want me, you're going to have to pay me. And with this social media, there are TikTok people who were regular people who didn't come from money, don't have money, and they're on TikTok making millions. And you want to tell us in this day and age, when somebody could wake up out their bed one day making zero, and then they do something on TikTok and they're making millions, and you want to tell us with 4.4 million followers, there's no way? It's a sad day in the neighborhood when you got 4.4 million followers who love you, and you say, listen, here go my hair product, and you start doing those videos and the hair on the TikTok damn near overnight. You wouldn't have to worry about a storage warehouse because the products would sell out. When I see people on TikTok just showing their outfit of the day and they're making tens of thousands of dollars a month, and you want to come in and tell us, go to Target because we're going to hurt the black community? What's the guy name who does the food reviews? He goes to restaurants, tests out the food and eat it, and does a review.
Keith Lee, ain't it?
Keith Lee. He's making millions, and we're going to sit here and want to believe that there's no way for you to sell your product if it's not in Target, Walmart, or wherever else it is. I mean, come on. Like, have we...
And Chime Time. I think one of them Chime Time too.
Dumb ourselves down to zero? That's what we're doing now? This is stupid. Literally on any social media platform. And when you are someone at that level and you can get a leg up, she got 4.4 million followers. They was not bought. These people love her. These people follow her when she started down below at zero. And her hair was shorter, and she grew it to Donna. She named it Donna. And there has been several other influencers that I see online. Now they call their hair by a name. So, girl, you don't even know your own worth, and you think Target is going to pay you your worth? They can't, because you don't know it to ask for it. You that girl, and you don't even know it. Now, that's sad. You that girl, and you don't even know it. You have no clue who you are, what you are, and you talking about you waiting for God to give you an answer. You got to pray a little bit more, and you got to believe, because you already have it all in you. It reminds me, I love what is that? Dawn the Wiz. What is it with Dorothy or whatever? The Wiz or whatever, they show it every holiday. She said you could have been got home. You had it in you all the time.
The
Tab,
Wizard of Oz.
the Wizard of Oz. You got it in you, Tab. Wake up. 4.4 million followers. I don't even know her followers on Instagram. I mean, not on Instagram, TikTok. She's worth 5 million. You got TikTok people making 5 million in 1 year. You wake up. I can't do it. I can't do it. And then you want to say we foolish? You got a money bag in your hands on your social media. It best I would have came and told y'all, I got 1 year left of a license with them. We going to see how it goes. They own this part of my business. They don't own my hair care part. Let's get this going. Let me show you what our products can do. Listen, I can't even address these other stories tonight. I'm going to adjust this title. We'll deal with these other stories on tomorrow night trending topics. But before I close out, because we overtime here. Anybody wanted to add anything?
Was she on the YouTube street Saturday eating grapes, saying that she was boycotting? Or am I just tripping?
You're not tripping. The video's gone. The video's gone. The video's gone. She flipped.
Because she realized she messed up her own bag. Okay, she realized she messed up her own bag. But what she should have been doing was getting some expert advice from Stormy still, because Stormy was still in Target and was still selling on TikTok. Okay, and making millions.
But that's why Tay said, "Where your lawyer at?" Because Stormy still Target, Walmart, went on TikTok, blew it up and sold $1 million in a day or something like that.
In 2 hours, these.
You know what I was going to say too, Diva? You remember the Legends Bowl with Oprah? You remember Oprah? She had a Legends Bowl with like Tina Turner. I love that show. One day, Diva, maybe in the future, because the way the times is, I want to get a list of all the ladies I love, including my mom, just all the people that have survived, and we could just say their name. I wanted to do it tonight, but it would be too long, because in my mind I'm thinking about all the people who survived, Diane Carroll, Tina Turner. I mean, I can go down the list of people who were inspirations in tough times during the civil rights movement. We're in this time now, we have to remember that, we have the power to get through everything. And, Tabitha made a wrong choice. I'm going to say she did, but there's so many beautiful women and men. I mean, men in it too, that we can put our eyes on, and we can tell stories, but we can also reaffirm that we got this, we can do it. Everybody had good ideas tonight about what to do and where to go and how to do it. We let her know what we felt, but there's a lot of beautiful people still doing stuff now. And also people from the past. I just, one day we just say all their names just to, let the audience know we ain't forgot about the heroes out here.
We can. I want to say this. I'm into buying products as long as your product is worthy. Now, I'm not going to support trash, whether you black, white, yellow, orange, or green. Your product got to be worthy, right? Your product can't be old, it can't be rotted, and it can't be trash. And you can't mail it to me and it's broken. Your product got to be worthy. If you got a stand-up product and it is black owned, I will support, but your product got to be worthy. So that's another thing. We got a ways to go with some things. You can't show me a $2 skirt for $300. I'm not doing it. But I'm also, even when I have contractors come to my house, I say, what is your price? After they give me their price, if I'm rolling with them, I'm not going to say, can you give it to me for 50 cents? I will pay your price and I'm going to give you a tip. I don't try to dumb nobody down just because they black and they look like me. If you come through my door to fix something or do something, you tell me your price. If I could work with your price, I say, okay. If I can't, I'm going to say no. I'm not going to turn around and say, can you do for me for 50 cents? We got a long way to go. This conversation could go really longer. But for the moment, Tabitha, you have it in you, girl. You have it in you, girl. You got 4.4 million followers on Instagram. You have it in you, boo. If Diva, where don't nobody know my name, could sit here and grind and work my way up, you got 2 legs up or 3, you got 10 legs over me, and you don't got nowhere to sell your product? Yeah, you do. On your YouTube, on your Instagram, and on your TikTok. Listen, guys, I love y'all. Thank y'all for having this conversation. I got to adjust the title. We're going to forget about those other 2 stories. We'll add them on to tomorrow night's trending topics. Thank you for the conversation. Thanks for being here. We got to level up, people, and wake up. And stop this woe is me nonsense like we can't do it. We can do it, but do we want to do it? We can do it. Because if there was a Gucci bag that cost $3,500 and we wanted it, we would find a way. Well, we can't find a way to build a store, pave a road for a build. I can't. I got to go, y'all. I love y'all. Don't know the routine. If you didn't hit that like button coming in, hit the like button on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Do not cheat the diva is right down. Choo choo and beep beep. Trust your gut.